Hey everybody, welcome. We are at it with a brand new show, a very special show, a show I'm very excited about. My name is Bradley. For those who do not know me, I do media for a PlayStation 5 CFM Madden Elite. Today I am joined by a collection of people. Some of you, those of you who usually follow the content we do in Elite, you're very much familiar with Julian. Everybody else, probably new cats to you all. Basically, everybody here right now on this panel are either, I believe everybody is. So everybody on this panel is either a commissioner or very involved in the day to day of the leagues they are in. Everybody is representing a different league, and basically, the ideal of this show is a bunch of leagues coming together, working together to make the space a better space. We have a collection of leagues that we are going to be working with. Not everybody could make the panel today, but in the weeks and the months that follow, we'll have more content like this. So yeah, let's kind of go around the table. Everyone say hi, introduce yourself, tell us what league you are with, and tell us a little bit about that league. So starting with the far left of the panel, Julian, what's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Bradley? Well, I'm here representing my Inferno Football League, a PS4 Madden League. We have been running since the beginning of last year, 2020, on Madden 20, and we've been through a lot. We've been in for a total of around 20 plus seasons, 23 seasons at this moment. We're going through our 24th next up, and we are happy to be here with collaborating with y'all.
Did you say 24 seasons and you just started last cycle?
Yes, we're in the 23rd right now.
How in the world have you managed like 24 seasons in two cycles?
Yeah, it's one word: pandemic. Pandemic times early last year were crazy. Like we went through a lot of seasons, probably 13, maybe
I
plus
know
more than 10.
there was a point earlier in the cycle when I know you guys had your Super Bowl, and a week later I swear you were in the next Super Bowl.
Yep. I mean, our like best rate of advancing is like probably 21 days per season.
That's crazy.
That's the best. That's the best one we've done.
I'm
We've
in there.
done.
They seem very fast.
Yeah,
Um,
we are a hybrid like 24, 48 hours in league.
yeah,
So we go up pretty fast. Sometimes we go pretty slow, but it's mostly pretty fast.
that's wild. Cookie,
Mhm.
tell us who are you and who are you with?
I'm Cookie. I'm here representing the Madden Kingdom. Um, we are a 48-hour advanced league. Um, we started running starting in January of Madden 20. Um, we're a community-based league. Um, a lot of media runs through our Discord, Twitter, Twitch. Um, we went through, if I had to guess, probably 10 seasons. We had our commissioner accidentally delete the league one time, although we do make inside jokes about it being on purpose. We had our league corrupt this time around, and we actually put it back together, made a new CFM and everything within like 24, maybe 28 hours. Um, and it was probably a group of like 8, 9, 10 of us. So I think that really speaks for how well bonded our community has gotten over the past year.
That's wild. Madden be janky. I tell you what. So A Wood.
Yeah, hey guys. I'm representing the Salty Dog League community. We're primarily a Madden League community. However, we're venturing into other games and other leagues. But with our Madden League, we've been going since the start of Madden 20. I took over commissioner duties around March of Madden 20, March 2020. But I've been part of the admin side from the beginning. And while 24 seasons sounds amazing, I couldn't imagine us going anymore. We're at 17 right now, and we're unfortunately starting to slow down, mainly because of just Madden in general.
Yeah.
People just did not like this Madden 21, but have really stuck through it. I'm really proud of my guys. We've stuck through it through 7 seasons this year. We did 10 seasons last year. But it's really fun. We too had an issue. One of our admins, we think, at the time, changed the cap, turned it off at the end of season 1, and so we rebuilt the season with identical players, identical attributes, and everything going into season 2. So we're in our own little 2.0 ourselves.
I've been there. I've been
Yeah.
there in the salary cap situation. It was
Yeah.
actually the same. It was actually same situation after our first season. So that's
I've
where
had
we
the exact
started.
thing happen too in other leagues I've been in that I've ran. It's a pain.
He denies it, and that's fine. But we went through it, and we're better for it. That's for sure. We had a lot of people step up to help us out and brought us closer for sure.
Also, going forward, we have things in place to also be collaborating with another league, Madden Guardians. Unfortunately, the commissioner of Guardians had to pull out last minute. I believe he gave me notice, though, earlier in the week that today was his birthday. So, Evo, if you're watching, happy birthday. Hope it goes good for you, man.
Happy birthday, Evo.
Yes, sir.
The birthday.
So Awood, before we really dive into anything else, I'm curious. You mentioned you guys are starting to slow down, and you guys haven't really liked this Madden all that much. Are you guys old gen still, or are you guys on next gen?
We are still on old gen. I'd say probably half the league has a PS5, but since you just can't transfer
Yeah.
that easily,
Yeah.
we're just going through it.
I
We're
th-
talking about a reboot.
Yeah.
With moving to PS5, but everybody likes their teams and
Yeah.
don't want to change it quite yet.
Yeah. I feel like Madden Elite, the league I'm with, I feel like the investment of our guys is off the chart right now, and I think a big part of it is next gen. A lot of the old gen leagues that I know of, they seem to be struggling a bit. Guys losing interest, and this is kind of that point in the year where that happens, right? Guys begin to lose interest. I feel like next gen though has been a very strong blessing for us. Originally, when Elite started, we were just aiming for, I think it was 3 seasons, but it's looking like we're gonna hit 6. I believe that's the number. But yeah. Anyways, we have a slate of topics to look at today. The
We have
first.
our DFL.
Yeah,
Say
I think
what?
you forgot.
You forgot.
You
You forgot next.
Oh, I did. My bad, man. You chimed in. You chimed in on when Awood was speaking, and like I just brain farted. We also have RDFL in the house. Nick, what's up? How you doing, man? Sorry for overlooking you.
No worries at all. Yeah, RDFL is a sim league. We've been this league we've been going for. We're in our 3rd season. We just started. We're in week 2. I came aboard a couple seasons ago, and I am now currently one of the owners. And we've definitely had pretty good activity so far on PS4. The hardest part is just having everyone follow our rulebook. Is we have pretty strict rules.
I feel like Elite, our rule book is as thin as it can possibly be. There's a lot of people like the massive sim heads, right? They come into our league, they look at our rule book and like, no, thank you. We're super light on rules. But that's a topic in itself.
Right, I like leagues both ways.
Yeah.
Just like people, yeah. I'm in competitive leagues and sim leagues. It's fun to have a mixture.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, we have a variety of topics to look at today. The first one is a pretty interesting topic, the Kyler Gate. For those of you who may be aware, there is currently a CFM called Pros vs. Schmoes, and the premise of this CFM, it gives space for pro players to have an authentic CFM experience, and it also allows your average Joe Schmo, right? Your average Joe to kind of play head to head with pro players. I've been in a pretty cool spot where I've been able to cover some of the stuff going on in that league, and there's kind of a hot topic right now in that league. And you all, being the CFM vets you are, I kind of want to run what's going on by you guys and see what you think about it. So, going into this league, right, there's, I think, maybe like 6 pros in it, and like there's a lot of discussion about how were these guys going to fare against your Madden heads, guys who, like, while the pro players, right, they have the IRL experience from the real jobs, they're playing people with no lives living in their mama's basement probably. Okay, so like all these guys do is play Madden. So how are they going to fare? And honestly, the majority of the pro players in the league, most of them are sitting around 500. One player though, Kyler Murray, he's in it, and he's sitting at an 8-2 record, and he recently just suffered his first 2 losses. So for a while he was undefeated, and he's been competing at the very top of the league, and he's been absolutely ruthless too. He's like running up the score mad on people. Like legit, there was one game I clipped some highlights off of it and threw it in a video covering the league. But there was one game where literally there's like 2 minutes left in the game. He's up massive and he's airing the ball out massive, and he's going for it on 4th down in the red zone. Doing everything he can, legit, just running up the score. Absolutely ruthless. And then he goes in. I think he's like, I think he was 7-0 going into his next game. I forget who he played, but the guy ends up murking Kyler. And what Kyler does, he rage quits the game. And then in the week that follows, he took a sim loss after rage quitting. In the week that follows, same scenario plays out again. The other guy murks Kyler, and he rage quits and takes the sim loss again. So he played absolutely ruthless up to these 2 games, and then in these 2 games he gets murked and he rage quits. And then in the week that follows that, he goes in and he beats the Seahawks owner 77-7. And now, all of this has kind of been brought up in that league, and people are chatting about it. And I feel like there are some people defending Kyler in this. And like one guy said something like, when Cookie over there shaking his head no. One guy in the league's like, in Kyler's defense, the other guy was running up the score, and when he started running up the score, you could just see Kyler's demeanor change, and that's when he rage quit, almost defending it. To me, like, that's no defense at all. He's like going for it on 4th downs in games predating this, and then in the aftermath of this, he goes up 77-7. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I mean, rage quitting is never something you want to see, no matter what the score is.
No.
And I don't know why your defense could be running up the score when you've been doing the same thing to other people.
You know why they're defending him? We're talking about an NFL player, right? I mean, that's something, but he shouldn't have been doing that about rage quitting. If he wasn't an NFL player, that's a straight kick by me.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to get removed from our league as well.
I think a lot of leagues don't even put it in their rules, like thou shalt not rage quit. Like I don't even think a lot of people put it in the rules because it's kind of just an understood thing. You quit, you're out. Like you know,
Right. It's just you have to come to the. It's a hard decision because he obviously is a great asset to pros for schmoes as he's a big name. Yet you can't be rage quitting games at the same time.
it also kind of a note on that league. It's also just a different league all around, right? Like you got these pro players playing with these average guys, and I don't know what would happen if a regular Joe Schmo rage quit in that league, but part of me thinks they'd be like whatever about it. Like they're super like the culture there. It's super chill, super relaxed. It honestly feels like kind of just a collection of lobby games to me. Maybe I don't know. Like it set out to be like an authentic NFL or an authentic CFM experience, but I'm not sure that's what it is. And obviously, if we have guys rage quitting and that's okay, then it's not your average CFM experience.
I mean, at that point, oh, sorry.
No, no, no.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, man.
I was saying, I mean, at that point, if the rage quit is like mutual, I mean, it's fine. If you asked to rage quit and they let you, I mean, whatever. But don't rage quit like instantly without asking.
Especially closing app. It's one thing if you press pause and you manually exit out in the third quarter so stats can save. But closing app, in my opinion, is unexcusable in any CFM.
I was chatting with a guy in the after I did the coverage on this, and the guy basically said to me, "Yo, if I was Seahawks owner in those weeks that followed the 77-7, I'm quitting those games. I'm quitting that game. Do the same to Kyler that he just did to the other two guys. Rob him of his stats in that 77-7 win."
He couldn't say anything about it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I watched a video of yours about it, and Kyler hasn't joined like the Discord or anything like that, and I think that is like one of the biggest aspects of CFM and just kind of the camaraderie that you make with the your opponents and other users, and so the fact that probably, and I can understand why he hasn't joined it, but if people aren't joining the CFM and interacting on a regular basis, I can see why it would feel a lot like just lobby games. And a little bit more casualness like that.
I can see that point.
Question. How is he scheduling? Does he have a representative or?
Yeah, there's
how does it
a middleman for Kyler Murray in the league. So basically the guys are chatting with that guy and that guy's chatting with Kyler and they're setting it up. So yeah, but yeah, Kyler's not even in the Discord server. He's the only pro in that league that's not in the server. There for a while, Hollywood Brown wasn't in the server because he's in the league as well. Originally he was in the server, but I guess a bunch of cats spammed his DMs and then he was like, "I'm out." But he's recently returned to it. So at the moment, Kyler's the only one that's not in there.
It's not hard to block people that do that.
Yeah. In the aftermath of that, one of the guys, the guy who runs, I believe, what is that? One of the staff members set up some blocks and like made things clear to the pros on how they can set their privacy settings to where they won't have to worry about that. And there have been like private channels made on that server for guys to specifically schedule with the pros as an alternative to hitting them up DM. So we've taken steps to kind of protect their privacy. But overall, it's a pretty cool experience, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the season plays out. So far, Kyler has exceeded expectations, I think, of most of the CFM community with eyes on this. So good for him. Shifting gears a little bit, the next topic we have to look at. It's a topic that I recently had the opportunity to discuss with Cookie and some other cats from Madden Kingdom. Madden Kingdom runs a pretty cool show called The King's Court. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. But I hopped in for a bit on was it the last one you guys did? Have you done another since? So I hopped
We have
in.
not done another one since we. One of our admins that's in the Alliance Discord, Tejas, he actually just got over being sick. We do plan on putting another one out before we reboot. But yeah, that'll probably be coming pretty soon here, sometime this week.
Very nice, very nice. Definitely keep me updated on that, and I'll be sure to share it on my end. However, recently had the opportunity to discuss this with the guys on King's Court, but real draft classes versus custom draft classes. What do you guys think? Where do you guys stand? In Madden Elite, we use the actual Madden draft classes, the ones that it generates. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I would rather use custom classes, but it's fine. It's fine. The other admins don't really like it, so we use the Madden draft classes over the custom classes. What do you guys think, though? What do you guys use?
Well, in RDFL, we've been using custom draft classes, and they've gone very well into our last one. We trusted a person we didn't really realize we knew he was bad, but we didn't think he was that bad. I guess he offered to do it, and we thought it'd be fine. But we try to keep superstars and X Factors to a minimum, and he loaded up. He must have been at least 50, 60 superstars in the draft class. And we have one person in charge of monitoring the draft class, and it's kind of hard to tell the devs unless you manually on every player. So we didn't realize we had all these devs in the draft class until after we drafted, which caused a issue. But normally we enjoy doing our own custom draft classes.
Julian, what do you guys do? You guys use the custom or?
I mean, we use custom, let's say, but I kind of like more auto-generated ones because it keeps the balance between the whole league in the long term compared to a custom class.
I know that's the balance of it is definitely something that our admins are concerned with, and I think that's a big reason why we haven't taken the dive into the custom classes.
Mm-hmm. It's because also, I mean, you use custom classes. You need to get the trust of your people, your users, to be editing the custom class. And at this point in our league, they kind of don't trust me right now with editing a custom class. So I kind of just, when I do a custom class, I just don't draft. I trade my picks away for stuff, and I don't like that. So I kind of like to do more of auto-generated classes.
The other nice thing about a custom class is if you have position imbalances, like there's too many good players in one position but not in the other, you can make a custom class loaded with a position that's needed in your league.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll say for us, like Bradley and I talked about, which he kind of mentioned when he joined us on our show for King's Court, we actually used both to start out our first run through of Madden 21. I think we did they're going to crucify me if I get it wrong. I think we did a custom draft class first before we did the class of 2021. Some guys like the custom classes more than the real classes. I know Bradley has that split with his league. That's why we kind of touch base on that. The thing with like custom classes is like, I think it makes it more fun and enjoyable for people because I know in our Discord we have, in Discord currency, you can buy different items whenever we have a Senior Bowl visit that lets you see like one stat for whatever position group, the top 8 players, at whatever speed, Excel, all that stuff. We have draft visits where you can see everything about one single player. I feel like it makes it more fun because it keeps people guessing. It gets people interested in the content, the media that you put out, draft stories, and all that stuff, because it's really easy to go into the class of 2021 and say, okay, I know Justin Fields is going to be good for CFM. I know Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. And that makes it really predictable. Not as fun, but on the flip side, a lot of people do have fun with the real life draft classes because it's actual players in real life. It's not Joe Schmo compared to Trevor Lawrence. And we also spread it out and alternate custom class and real life class for long of the league. You know, if we do a custom class, okay, then we're going to do a real class to keep those people engaged and wanting to play. And yeah, that's pretty much what we talked about like last week, I think it was, Bradley.
It's something
ago?
like that a few weeks ago.
Like
So for me, like something that really interests me about doing custom classes, and Cookie kind of alluded to it, I feel like they give you a lot of opportunity to do really creative stuff. Like if my league was to give me the go ahead, like yeah, we're going to do custom classes. So we don't usually don't start our league right away. We wait until the week 1 roster. So what I would do if my league gave us the go ahead to do custom classes, I would build out the custom classes for all of our drafts before the league even started, and that way I would know all the players, and then I would begin to create narratives around those draft classes, and like with like draft stories, and it wouldn't just be for this class. We'd be looking ahead at the rookie quarterback that is taking college football, the freshman quarterback who has taken college football by storm, right? So I think it would really give you the opportunity to do a lot of really cool creative stuff. And that kind of like leads into something else want to chat about, and that is innovation. So like, let's be honest, Madden sucks. EA hates CFM. There has been like no development at all for years. It's just a recycled same thing over and over and over. Despite the fact that EA gives us this broken product, the leaders within the CFM community continue to innovate. They continue to press the needle forward. The CFM community is what it is, not because of EA, but because of the leaders within the community. As you guys look around the CFM sphere, what is it that strikes you? What are the bright lights that you see? What is the innovation you see that is carrying CFM forward?
I think for like CFM to CFM, I think a big thing is not every league's the same. You know, I haven't necessarily seen any of your guys' leagues. I know Evo's not here. I am in the Guardian server, and you know I've known those guys for quite a while now since I joined Kingdoms. Both of our leagues have a lot of different varying programs, like training camps, because like you can't really do that much in the off season as they would in real life. We do regression reversal, or if they age out of it, you know, they have to hit a certain threshold for stats. Because someone like Jason Pierre-Paul just had a good season with the Bucks, and I played a head-to-head game with him the other day. I think they bumped him back up into the 80s. So that's something that we kind of incorporate into our league. It's stuff like that. We used to do fifth-year options. We used to have to pull every player that was eligible for a fifth-year option in real life in said year and apply them ourselves. But we were able to get rid of that and move away from that because finally they made it so that no matter what kind of draft class you do, they are always offering the fifth-year options on time for those players. But yeah, just the varying different programs. I mean, I think it's a big thing for CFM.
Something you hit on that I'm a strong believer in is the fact that all the CFMs out there, right? Like you look around at all the quality CFMs, if there's a league that like strikes you as a quality league and you begin to check it out and you begin to look at what they're doing, you'll probably realize something. They're probably doing a lot of things different than what you're doing. And I think as we look around and we see other leagues that are having success, I think there's a lot of crap that you can glean from it. For example, the league Cookies with Madden Kingdom, I'm in their Discord server, and like something that really impresses me about their server is they have quite a few channels that are active. And they really do a lot of different things in their Discord server that I don't see a lot of leagues doing. Their emojis are are something to take note of. There's a really nice
love
helicopter
that
emoji. It's pretty cool. There is in there's this one channel they have that I absolutely love, and like I've spun some ideas on how I can incorporate something like this in Elite server, but we just haven't yet. But there's this one channel. I think the guy's name's H Coke. Is H Coke the guy with like daily facts or something? Yeah, this dude has a channel, H Coke's Daily Facts, and just random crap every day. It's pretty cool. And I think there's like a bot or something that like tracks like what number fact it is. Is that right? Am I remembering that right, Cookie?
Yeah. So he started at fact number 1, and basically we went through this period where a bunch of people wanted their own channel to post stupid stuff, and his was actually the only one that actually stayed and lasted for. We have over 1,000 facts right now. I don't know the exact number, but I think it lasts, and it's really active because H Coke's an admin. He's a great admin. He's a great guy. We all love him. He's probably one of the most beloved members in our league.
Yeah.
And he's just a cool guy. I mean, he'll talk to anybody. He doesn't hate anybody. Like, he's very easygoing. And I mean, if we're playing a different game like 2K and he drops 40 points, he's gonna let everyone know like nobody can guard me, and then it starts the conversation because we're all competitive. And that channel itself is sometimes more active than our Gen Chat, especially right now.
Yeah,
being the end of the Madden cycle.
It's definitely a really cool channel. I like it a lot. We've been going at this for a little over a half hour. So as we wrap this up, is there anything any of you want to say? Anyone got any closing thoughts? No? All right.
I actually do.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know what to expect with this whole Alliance server at first. I'm glad that, everyone joined it. Everybody's cool. They run great leagues. I do try to watch as much content that you guys post on there as I can. I think one of the coolest things was actually seeing it work. We're here right now. Sadly, Evo's not here for Guardians, but I know that there was a bunch of us in our party chat on PlayStation. I'm trying to think, RDFL. I hope I got the name of that league right.
Yes. Yeah.
CG or whatever. When he casted the divisional playoff game or conference championship, a bunch of our guys, we tuned into that. I know myself subbed to him, followed him. Junk, another one of our admins, subbed, followed, gifted subs, and that was something really cool. Like seeing, there's 30 something guys, and then maybe like 10 of us were on there, just building those numbers up, helping each other. So I think this was a great idea that Bradley had.
There's definitely a lot of power when we come together and we work together. And I think it was our last Super Bowl that we did. It was broadcasted by Snipes. I think we had about 70 guys in that game. And the only reason we had those numbers was a couple of you cats came out and backed us during that bowl. So when we come together, there's definitely power in that. And honestly, going forward with this, I don't want it to just be about that. right? I don't want it to be about like inflating analytics or anything like that. I think there's a lot of meaningful things that we can do together that can increase the overall quality of all of our communities, and that's what this is about. We don't just want some dumb thing inflating numbers or anything like that. We want to build meaningful relationships, and like that's a reason why in the server we have for this, in the server where we have all the admins for this that are kind of spread out over the various leagues, in that server I mentioned I don't really want to bring in any other leagues, and that's for the simple fact of ensuring that this remains meaningful. Because if we turn and like bring in another dozen leagues, then like all we're doing is really deflating the value that this brings, because things are going to be so spread out and cats are just going to be there for the sake of being there, like no authentic measure of trying to build relationships. So
At that point, you're becoming a community server.
yeah. I think we got
I was about to say that.
what's that, Julian?
No, I was about to say the same thing about becoming a community server at that point.
Yeah. Looks like we lost Cookie. I think he might have had to go. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Until next time, peace, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.